spring of 1901, sponge divers surfaced off a tiny Greek island carrying something strange, a lump of bronze, corroded, crusted green from 2,000 years underwater. It looked like nothing, junk from an old shipwreck. It would take the world 100 years to understand what they held, because hidden inside that lump was a machine, more than 30 interlocking gears built to track the sun, the moon, and the planets, built to predict eclipses years before they happened. The ancient Greeks had built a computer. And then, somehow, the knowledge to build it vanished for over 1,000 years. This is the story of the Antikythera Mechanism, the device that should not exist. Around 1900, divers hunting for sponges stumbled onto a wreck on the seabed, a Roman cargo ship that had sunk in the 1st century BC. It was a treasure ship. From the depths, they raised coins, jewelry, a 7-foot bronze Hercules, and life-sized marble horses frozen mid-gallop. And among the treasure, one unremarkable object, a corroded box no bigger than a shoebox. At first, nobody paid it any attention. Then, a year later, an archaeologist named Valerio Stias looked closer, and he saw something impossible, a gear wheel locked inside the ancient bronze. He suggested it was an astronomical clock, and he was almost laughed out of the room. Because everyone knew nothing this complex existed in the ancient world. It was too advanced for its own time. So the little machine was set aside, and for decades it waited. To understand why it stunned the world, you have to understand what it could do. It was a wooden box, about a foot tall, with bronze dials and a single hand crank on the side. Turn that crank, and the cosmos comes to life. One pointer follows the sun, another tracks the moon, using 2 off-center gears to mimic how the moon speeds up and slows across the sky. A tiny ball even showed the phase of the moon that night. It followed all 5 planets the ancients knew. And on the back, a spiral dial did something almost eerie. It predicted eclipses, the month, the day, even the likely color, years into the future. This was not a clock. It was a model of the entire known universe, carried inside a wooden box 2,000 years ago. But only 1/3 of the mechanism survived. 82 corroded fragments, around 30 broken gears. For most of the 20th century, it kept its secrets. And then, modern technology went to war with the ancient. In 2005, a team led by researcher Tony Freeth used high-resolution CT scanning to see straight through the corrosion. What they found astonished them. Thousands of tiny inscriptions hidden for millennia. A user's manual engraved into the metal by the maker's own hand. We still don't know exactly who built it, but the clues point to the island of Rhodes, a great center of Greek astronomy, home to brilliant minds like the astronomer Hipparchus, a genius whose name we may never know. And here, the story could end. A triumph. Proof that the ancient world was far cleverer than we imagined. But recently, the mystery took a darker turn. In 2025, 2 engineers in Argentina built a detailed simulation of the mechanism. This time, they included something earlier models ignored: the tiny imperfections in the gear teeth, the flaws of a device made entirely by hand. And their result was unsettling. In the simulation, the mechanism jammed again and again. It could only be turned about 4 months forward before the gears slipped and locked, forcing a full reset. So which is the truth? Was it a precision instrument that worked flawlessly, or a beautiful, half-broken prototype that barely turned at all? Even now, the researchers admit their scans might overstate the flaws. More than a century after it was pulled from the sea, we still cannot agree on how well the world's first computer actually worked. But perhaps that is not the most haunting question. The Antikythera Mechanism shatters a comfortable idea. That progress only ever moves forward. Here is proof that it does not. A civilization reached this extraordinary height And then it fell, and the knowledge disappeared for over 1,000 years. Nothing this complex would be seen again until the great clocks of medieval Europe. Which leaves a question that is hard to shake. If they could build this and lose it, what else did the ancient world know that we have simply forgotten? What genius sank beneath the waves, or burned in a library, or died quietly with its maker? The little green machine offers no answer. It only sits, turning slowly in a glass case in Athens. A message from a mind 2,000 years gone, reminding us the past was never as simple as we believe. If you enjoyed this journey into history's forgotten edges, subscribe, and I'll see you